welcome to day 10 already. So today we are continuing on our journey of inspiration, and we're going to be releasing any resistance to inspiration by specifically addressing again the mind, so calming and anchoring the mind. And also releasing any physical tension through the head, the neck, the shoulders, sort of energetically the seat of the upper chakras, which are often associated, with that higher mind, higher connection, and these inspired ideas that can flow to us. So we'll clear those spaces, and then we'll flood these areas with prana and blood flow by doing some really gentle restorative style inversions. So it'll be a really sweet practice, a little bit more gentle, a little bit slower. So we're going to start in a seated position. As always, if you like to have the folded blanket to give yourself some height, I often do. You can place that under the sit bones now. We will also be using a block for our practice today. So if you don't have a yoga block, you can always use a couple of books stacked on top of one another. Just anything that's hard that will give you a little bit of height. We'll be using that later in the practice, so you can just place that off to the side. So we're going to be continuing on with our Kapalabhati breath that we learned in yesterday's practice. So that's our forced exhalation, passive inhalation, to really start to generate that fuller, more expressive breath, clearing out anything old and stagnant so we can invite in this new energy. So you have the option, we're going to do 3 rounds again. You can do 3 rounds of 11 as we did yesterday, or if you're going to continue on, we're going to move up to 3 rounds of 22 today. So if that ever feels like too much, you just go back down to 11, no problem. So take a nice full inhale. You can close down the eyes. Exhale completely. Half an inhale. Begin. Inhale fully. Exhale completely with a sigh, if that feels good. Half an inhale through the nose. Second round. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Last round, half an inhale. Inhale fully. Exhale, let it go. So that breath is super rejuvenating. You'll probably feel really elevated, really nice way to stimulate energy if you're feeling a little bit sleepy in the morning or partway through the day. We're going to continue on with anchoring the mind. I'm going to introduce to you, maybe for the first time, some of you may be familiar with this Anuloma Viloma, alternate nostril breathing. So the left hand comes, index finger to the thumb pad, palm face down. Right finger, peace finger comes down to the base of the thumb. We're going to be using the ring finger and the thumb to block off the nostrils. So on our inhale, we're going to inhale through the left nostril for a count of 3, blocking off the right. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. We're going to hold at the top, hold both nostrils, 1, 2, 3. Exhale through the right nostril, blocking the left, 1, 2, 3. Inhale through the right, 1, 2, 3. Hold at the top, 1, 2, 3. Exhale through the left, 1, 2, 3. Continue on. Inhale left, 1, 2, 3. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale right, 1, 2, 3. Inhale right, 1, 2, 3, hold, 1, 2, 3, exhale left, 1, 2, 3. And you can place the hand back down to the thigh, allow the breath to resume to its natural flow. So another really great technique, this harmonizes the right and the left sides of the brain. It clears the central channel, the Sushumna Nadi. So we want this to be clear so that we can channel down this inspiration, these ideas. Take a couple more full breaths here. Exhale, let those go. You can open up the eyes if they were closed. We're going to start with the neck, opening up the neck and the shoulder. So the right ear comes down to the right shoulder. Exhale, chin comes down towards the chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Exhale, down to the center. So continuing on these really gentle little neck rolls. And the next time you find yourself with your right ear to the right shoulder, we're going to reach those left fingertips out to the left, stretch them away from you. You feel a really deep opening through that left trapezius muscle. Many of us hold a lot of tension there. So reach, reach, reach. Exhale, release the hand, allow the chin to drop to the chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Right arm reaches out this time, reach, reach, reach. Nice big opening through that right trapezius muscle now. The further that you reach, the stronger the stretch will be. So being easy with yourself. Exhale, let's release the hand, chin comes down to the chest, roll the shoulders out and back. You can bring the head back up to neutral here. So rolling the shoulders back, opening through the heart. You can roll them the other way. And then we're going to extend that left arm out in front of us. We're going to pull the fingertips back, coming into a nice wrist stretch. So we're opening up all the fascial lines of the arms and the shoulders here. Push the fingers into the hand, pull the fingers towards you. You can make this as deep or as gentle as you like. I like to do the thumb last, so pulling the thumb towards me. And then you can flip over the hand, place the thumb into the wrist crease, pull the top of the hand down, opening the other side of the wrist. Remember to breathe. Exhale, release that hand. You can roll out the wrist, shake out the arm. Place the hand on the lap. Just feel the difference between the left and the right sides. Bring that right arm out in front of you. Press those fingertips back. Wrist stretch, forearm stretch, all the way up into the shoulder. This can be really intense, especially on your dominant arm. So remember to breathe. Let's include the thumb there. And then we'll flip that hand over so the top of the hand faces in front of you. Thumb comes into the wrist crease. Pull the flesh of the hand down towards the ground, opening the back side of the forearm, the back of the wrist. And then release that. Whew. Shake it out. Let it go. Place the hands in your lap. Feel the energy flowing through the arms, the upper body, the neck. Should feel really good. We're going to transition into tabletop position. So if you've got your blanket underneath you like I do, let's get it out of the way. Coming into your tabletop, we're going to shift back into Balasana for a moment. We're going to do a version of thread the needle from Balasana. So you can prop yourself up on your right fingertips here. Left arm slides underneath the right. Head can lower all the way down to the earth, so the forehead is resting on the earth. Or you can turn the head in the direction of that left arm. So really nice deep opening for the outside of the shoulder. Inhale, let's stretch that left arm forward. Come up on those left fingertips. Exhale, slide the right arm through, palm face up, forehead down to the earth, or right cheek rests on the ground. So continuing to warm up and open up the upper body. We opened up the front of the body. Now we're opening up the back line of the body. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Exhale, release. Inhale, let's come all the way up into our tabletop and we'll push back into our downward facing dog. So now that we've opened and warmed up the upper body, the neck, we're going to take our first inversion here, downward facing dog. Many of us have done this position before. So if you want to take a few moments to walk the dog, we're going to come into stillness here for about 5 rounds of breath. So a longer hold of an inversion. You can relax the head. So flooding the head with prana, with blood, with oxygen. Press the hands firmly into the ground. Breathe fully and deeply, rejuvenating the body completely. Inversions are really great for settling and calming the mind. Inhale, let's come back all the way down to tabletop. Now you've got 2 options here. We're going to move into a little head massage. So for some people, this won't feel good on the neck, in which case I'll give you another option. So the first option is we're going to lower the head almost as if we were coming into a headstand position. So the arms are out to the sides. I like to come up onto fingertips. The amount of weight in the head is completely dependent on the hands. So we're not resting on the head. We're actually pushing the hands down into the earth to decide how much weight we want to press. And then we're going to use the resistance of the floor against the head. You can start to rock back and forth, massaging into the crown of the head. Moving from side to side if that feels safe on the neck. Pausing in any little spots. So in yoga, there's all of these different nadis in the head. So we're giving these little areas a nice massage. Clearing them out, inviting in new energy. Don't be surprised if you have some really sore little spots. And then option 2, and you might want to do this as well because it feels really good, is you can sit back on the heels if you don't like to have weight on the head. And we're going to place the fingers to the center line of the head. And we're going to start to pull the crown of the head away. So the fingertips are pressing down and then we're pulling it away. You can start at the forehead and move back along the head here. Got to get out of these leaves. Coming all the way down the center line of the head. So you could even do both of these because they just feel so good. And we all tend to hold a lot of tension in our heads. Pressing into the back of the neck, where the skull meets the neck, massaging in here for a couple of moments. Taking nice full breaths, giving ourselves a little massage. And then you can release the hands to the lap, take a moment to feel. I feel all of this blood flow, all of this energy and warmth in my upper body. And so we'll take that with us for our last few postures here. So from here, we're going to find that block and we're going to place it to the right-hand side of your mat. We're going to roll all the way down to supine here. So coming onto the back, knees are bent, feet flat on the earth. We're moving into a restorative bridge pose. So you're going to take the block so it's on its lowest setting. You're going to lift the hips and slide the block right underneath the sacrum. So the sacrum is that triangular bone at the base of the spine. And so once you've found that spot, it should feel really stable and it should feel really good. Knees are about hip distance apart. The toes face the front of the mat. Arms can just be heavy out to your sides. And so again, moving into another restorative inversion, allowing ourselves to rest, to receive. And now from here, you can stay as you are if you're feeling really juicy and comfortable. Or you can move along. All we're going to do is we're going to heel toe the feet so they're together. So the feet and the ankles are together, knees are together. We're going to hug the knees into the chest so you're balanced on the sacrum. You should feel really stable here. If you're not, just feel free to lift the hips and move and adjust the block until you are. So knees come into the chest, arms are still heavy out to the sides. And then we're going to extend the legs up to the sky. So this is a restorative style, legs up the wall. And I really like this version if you don't have a lot of wall space to practice against. It's a really nice one to do if you're feeling fatigued, especially at the end of a really long work day or if you've been traveling. So we're just stimulating this blood flow in the opposite direction, giving the heart a rest, cultivating this energy of receptivity. You can feel free to pause the video. You can stay here for 2 to 3 minutes even. Just really restoring, really relishing in this pose. And for the rest of us, you can bend the knees down into the chest, lower the toes down onto the ground, lift the hips, move your block out of the way. We won't need it anymore. Lower the hips down. So we'll just take a moment to reset here. And then exhale, let's extend the legs out all the way into our Shavasana position. Arms out to your side, palms face up. Taking this much needed time to rest, to integrate, to receive the nectar of the practice. And then on your next inhale, you can slowly bend the knees in, feet flat on the earth, rolling off to the right or the left side. It can be nice to pause in that fetal position. And then inhale, let's come all the way back up. Finding your nice long spine, crown of the head up to the sky. Giving thanks to yourself for showing up for your practice today. It is such an act of self-care to do this kind of work for not only yourself, but every person you encounter throughout the day. So place the hands at heart center for a moment, bowing the head into yourself in deep reverence. And as you feel ready, you can open up the eyes. Savoring that feeling that we have cultivated in the body, the mind, the emotions. So tomorrow we will be doing our celebration of inspiration, a bit more of a lively practice. So get ready for that. It'll be super fun. Thank you as always for being here and for practicing with me today. And I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.